Hello everyone and welcome back to the FRL European Cup. We are here for round 7 around the Rio Street Circuit. We are waiting for a few more people to join. Meanwhile, qualifying has started. And we're going to see how everything will go for today. So we're back on the FRL channel for this one. And with me in the commentary box is Wolf here once again.
Hi everyone. So yeah, we are here in Brazil. Um, treacherous is the word to describe this circuit because of the unforgiving 20 corner circuit with two hairpins at the at both sector 3. So drivers have to watch out for the turn 15 hairpin and then the double apex left hander of turn 17 and 18. So yeah, we are here. Yeah, so we are here for the Division 3 European Cup. With Kuan Gizmo, he's currently on provisional pole with 137.1. That's not too far off from the Division 3 Asian Cup pole position time, which is a 36.920. So yeah, so we are waiting for several drivers to complete their laps, most notably Zero Denial and Iosamis.
Meanwhile, it's Zero Denial who is on provisional pole with a 136.8. It's a very quick lap time from Zero right there. Who is trying to capitalize on Sukablet's absence in this race because he unfortunately got himself suspended from the league for 1 week. Due to some stuff that happened on Discord. But so the championship leader isn't here today, which gives great opportunity for Zero Denial to close that 23-point gap and perhaps go a level on points if he gets pole win and fast lap. He could be level on point after this round, which will be very interesting for the championship. Meanwhile, we've got a newcomer here. We've got Kuan Gizmo, who is provisionally in second place right now, only 3/10 of Zero Denial. Good job by him. And we got Isomus in third place. About half a second of Zero Denial's pace. Pace seems to be, or the quality gap seems to be pretty spread out around this track. So it's a pretty long track, a lot of corners, so there are a lot of corners where you can gain or lose time around this lap, and that's why the lap times are a bit further apart from each other than at say Concertina or Lukov.
Now here's an interesting fact. Last season's Division 3 European Cup pole time was a 1 minute 38.799 made by lap 328. So this has been a huge improvement in the lap times made in the Division 3 European Cup, with Zero doing a 136.811, which is almost 2 seconds faster than the previous season's pole lap time.
Meanwhile, we are watching Tailfire do his lap. I'm pretty sure he's on the flying lap right now, so let's stay on board with him. Apparently the stream is unlisted. I will change that very quickly. Yes, it's unlisted. Okay, thank you for reminding me on that. There we go. Fixed it. So we're now looking at what with Tailfinder's lap going through this Tabak S corner, keeping with the lines a little bit conservative, keeping some distance from the wall, but keeping it clean crucially as he is coming towards the double right-hander. Once again, being a bit cautious, trying to stay away from those walls. He's trying to carry a bit more speed through this section, which he does fairly well. Approaching the first two hairpins, downhill hairpin. There are now bollards placed around the track, by the way, actually, which kind of give you an indication where you can cut and where you can't cut, or how much you can cut, basically, before you get a corner cut. So the rule of thumb here is if you avoid hitting the bollard, so if you go around the outside of the bollard, then you won't get a cut warning. But if you do touch it, then you're most likely going to get a cut warning, particularly if you're driving something like an RCM, since it is a bit narrower than, say, the RC19 or the XLD Racer.
It looks like Zero and Iosumi is their qualifying is pretty much over, so I think it's a 1-2 for Saigon Speedsters, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a 1-2 for Saigon Speedsters. For now, regional goes third place with a 136.940. So
Okay,
so Kuhan.
I am getting feedback that my sound is a little bit too soft for the other people. I hope this is better for those watching the stream. Tilfai is still in 5th place. He's on another lap. He's decided to carry on for a second lap, using more space this time around. A little bit conservative through here, had to correct a little bit. That's going to cost him a little bit of time, as Isomus is very close to his teammate in timing table, just 600 separating the two drivers. When approaching, Tilfai has now entered the 3rd sector. He uses all the space available. The lap is looking pretty strong. I'm certain he's going to improve, but it's a long way to the next car, 9/10, which is a lot to ask. So Teal's going to have to pull everything out the back in order to make any sort of improvements.
Looks like regional. He's
5 Rice jumps to 5th place, and with a fairly solid lap time, a low 37. Meanwhile,
looks like regional
and Kuan is still on the lap time. What's Steelfire meanwhile going to do? Is he going to improve his lap time? He doesn't.
that's not.
Okay. What's Kuan going to do? And Regional Fletcher right ahead of him. Regional Fletcher jumps into the pit lane. What is Kuan going to do? Is he going to improve his time? No, he's not.
Regional, he ruined his lap somewhere around sector 2. So yeah, that's pretty understandable that he dives into the pit and retire from the qualifying session. So the first 6 has been pretty much confirmed, unless 8 straight can improve to a better position. He's 3 thousandths of Tailfire, so the 8 straight
hit the wall very hard. I'm not sure what he did there, but that's a really nasty hit from A-Trade right there, and that has ruined his lap and any shot at getting another position. It's a position maybe on the threat from either Mike or Leon. Those two guys are still on the lap. Also, Sensek is still on the lap. He's yet to set a lap time. Let's see what he's going to do as he is approaching the final chicane. Looking good. And it's going to be 9th place for Sensek. Getting his first lap on the board. What's Leon going to do? His teammate, he does not improve, so he stays in 8th place. What's Michael Lane going to do? 3 seconds off the pace. But is he going to able to close that gap? No, he isn't. So he stays where he is, and that's qualifying over.
So it's the grid pretty much locked out with 0, and Iosum is complete locking out the front row for Saigon Speedsters, and then regional ROBLOX in 3rd, along with Kuhan and along with Kuhan 16 Rice, and then Tailfire locking out the top 6.
Okay,
so the race.
That is 2 points stream died.
So the race is about to start. We are on the first light, the second light, and then the third light, 4th light, 5th light. And it lights out, and away we go, 0. And then just give Iosumi the lead of the race going to turn 1. And looks like a regional. It looks like 0. He takes a really wide line just to save his car from hitting the wall, but Zero, wow, very poor start by Zero. Now Regional and Kuhan going putting the pressure on Zero and Yosemite, so Saigon Speedsters is both looks like the two Saigon Speedsters are under pressure from Regional Veloce. Yeah, Telfar had a pretty poor start as well. He's dropped down to 7th on the opening lap, and looks like Kuhan he's trying to keep up with Regional and Saigon Speedsters. But 16 Rise, he's gonna send one down the inside, but 16 Rise, he's had a little bit of a slowdown, taking it very cautiously. And is he gonna send the one down the inside? No, he does not send one down the inside, but going to the hairpin. Is he gonna do it? Well, looks like they're still wheel to wheel, but yeah, looks like Regional, he's keeping that position for now. But Kuhan, he sends one down the inside into the right hander, but goes wide as well as Regional. So yeah, that was the move for third place for Kuhan. Now look at that. Zero and Iosamis both battling out for the lead. Going to the fast right hander and then turn 17 and 18. Who's gonna be taking the lead? Looks like Iosamis, he maintains the lead for now, but
yeah,
but Zero, go ahead.
I think towards final chicane, Zero seems to get a slightly better run, and he barely takes the lead. It's still pretty much even between the two teammates as they head through the first chicane.
Oh, Zero almost hits the pit wall, but that was a save once more by Zero. He did a carbon copy move on the opening lap. So yeah, Zero's gotta watch out for Zero's gotta watch out for the walls, because if he's too aggressive, he's gonna hit the wall and he's gonna lose time to his teammate.
I'll be right back. Okay, looks like Zero Denial has a small breakaway right now, and as Isomus is starting to feel the pressure from the pack of cars that's right behind him.
So it looks like a Zero, he's pretty much gained back the time that he lost on the start to his teammate, and he's having a really sizable gap with 1.1 seconds. It looks like Regional, he goes a little bit wide on that very fast left hander. So yeah, but since he's closing out on Regional, he wants to put the pressure on Regional. I think he's one of the contenders for the Division 3 European Cup Championship, I believe. Yes, he is. So yeah, Regional, he's in 4th place, unlike his champion rival. He's currently in the lead of the race. So yeah, if Zero Zero wins this race and gets fastest lap, he's gonna be tied with Zuckerblett. He's gonna be tied with Zuckerblett on the championship with 101 points. So the points are on offer for Zero for this race.
Looks like Thomas has been able to slightly pull away from the car behind as well. Kuren doing a good job on his debut right now, staying pretty in third place. However, under pressure from a relentless region of Loche right behind, with Sensec Destroyer right behind him as well. Let's have a look further down the order to see if there are any more battles going on. We've got, of course, we got Regional and Sensec both trying to chase down Kuhan for that final spot on the podium. And further down the road, we've got a battle between Leon and 8 Straight for 7th place in this race, pretty much going even right now. 8 Straight trying to find a way past. Most people here have actually switched to the RCM 1 car, and that's because it's narrow. You're able to drive a bit closer to the walls, if that makes sense, compared to, say, the Halo car. So that's why a lot of people have chosen to drive the RCM. Also because it's a very quick car in the vanilla game. But yeah, there were a lot of people switching cars every race, and but the league has come with an update where they can't change the cars anymore. The team name or car livery. They have to stick with it for the rest of the season. So all teams got until the start of the Division 1 qualifying session to make any changes to the cars or team names. But now they are all locked in for the rest of the season. And that should make it easier for us in the commentary box to distinguish who is who and actually be able to memorize all the team names and liveries. Ooh, that's Leon going very wide, hitting the wall, and that's going to allow Tailfire through for 8th place. Tailfire with a pretty rough start to this race, trying to climb back up the order. As Leon now is going to try to recover from his mistake and try to get back at Tailfire. So yeah, he gets on taking the corner nicely.
Well, Tailfire, he's been having a very scruff. He has been having very, very bad races in the recent rounds. He's not even in the top 3. He's got a podium in the first 2 races, but then after the 3rd round, he's just basically dropped off massively. So could that be a sign that Tailfire is clearly off the pace for Division 3 European Cup? It looks like he's made a little bit of a small breakaway of 1.2 seconds now to Regional Veloce, and Sensei he's closing out quite a bit on Regional Veloce. Now yeah, in Zero he's pretty much extended the gap to 3.2 seconds, unlike the start of the previous lap, which was around 2 seconds. So yeah, I also mean he's losing 1.2 seconds per lap. I'm not sure how is Iosumis lose that much time on one lap. I think he's probably made a mistake somewhere. But Zero, he's just so Zero, he's very likely to get the victory over Iosumis, and Kuhan has extended the gap to Regional Veloce. It is now 1.7 seconds.
Oh, that's a big mistake from Kuhan.
Kuhan just hitting
too far on the inside, and there goes his 3rd place. Now he has to defend from Sensec the Destroyer right behind, and Regional Veloce has been promoted up into 3rd place. He just turned in way too early for that corner. Very unfortunate mistake from Kuhan right there.
You don't usually see drivers making that kind of mistake. So yeah, Kuhan with driver error, just turning into the right hander a little bit too early right there, being a little bit too aggressive. So yeah, there can be a risk with a reward, but there can be a risk with consequences. And looks like Sensei he wants to get past Kuhan, going to the double apex, and it looks like
that's a little bit lag from him. It looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like it was lag from Kuhan. That's given Sensei the opportunity. It looks like, oh, what happened to Zero?
He's disconnecting. He doesn't have a stable connection right now. What's happening with Zero Denial? He's dropping down the order. I hope his connection can recover, but that might be a DNF from him if his internet doesn't come back in time. That's going to be costly for the championship, right? When his rival isn't here. This was a golden opportunity for him to get back in the championship battle and challenge Sukiblet, who could have gone that gap down to pretty much nothing. But now it looks like he's on the verge of disconnecting from the race. I hope he will recover, because it would be really devastating for him to disconnect that way. But he is not responding. He's still frozen on track. If you look at the minimap on the pit straight, he's still stationary. And he has disconnected. That's a disconnection from Zero Denial, the championship contender and the man who was leading the race. That's going to be devastating for him.
Yeah, so that's the championship blown wide open for Suka. But Suka, he's unfortunately got a permanent ban, I believe, somewhere before this round. So before he got the permanent ban from FRL, he's got a 1-week ban for something that he did wrong in the Discord server. So yeah, that's a championship blown wide open. So yeah, technically Zero Denial will be leading the championship once Suka is being struck off the list in the Drivers' Championship, with Regional in second place. So, but Regional, he's in second place. He is 11 points behind Zero, so he'll be taking second place from Zero and technically leading the championship, with Suka being disqualified for the rest of for this season. So yeah, that's
very unlucky for him. And it's not the first time either, I think, because if I look at the championship overall results sheet, he has had 2 DNFs in the first 2 rounds as well. So it's definitely not the first time he has DNF from a race, but very unfortunate to see. Very, very unfortunate. Right at the moment where he could go level or potentially take the championship lead from Sukiblet on countback, because if he would won this race and if he managed to hang on to the fastest lap as well, then he would have passed Sukiblet. He would be on a level with Sukiblet, but with more wins. He would actually have taken the lead of the championship. So really unfortunate for Zero Denial, and that's really going to damage his championship chances for the rest of the season, with just 3 rounds to go after this one. So Sukiblet, if he's watching, he must be very relieved that Zero Denial has disconnected. It's very lucky, very fortunate for him. And that's going to give him a little bit more breathing room going into the final 3 rounds. But yeah, can't say enough how unfortunate that is. And yeah, very unfortunate. And that means that Isomus has inherited the lead from his teammate, who seems to be clearly out in front right now. No threat.
Oh, looks like Regional. Looks like Regional. As soon as I went to spectate him, he has made a little bit of an error, reversing a little bit onto his pit box. So, yeah, not too great of a pit stop for Regional, but he is technically taking the lead of the Division 3 European Cup Championship, with Suka being disqualified for the rest of the season with a permanent ban on the Discord server. So,
the extra point guys and Regional Foloche have come into the pits for a new set of tyres, committing to a 2-stop, it seems like. I reckon that Isomus will follow in shortly as well after this lap. I think most people have pitted. Tilfire has pitted as well by the looks of things, looking at the gap. So I don't think he is actually 34 seconds behind. Mike Legend and Yerka probably pit as well, I am guessing. So yeah, we're going to wait and see if Isomus is going to jump into the pits as well. He has a clear lead, so there's no reason to try any ambitious strategies, especially considering the history of this track, where the 2-stop has always been dominant around here. So we are expecting Isomus, our current race leader, to come into the pits as well at the end of this lap. Let's see what he would do. It would be the very logical choice for him to come into the pits, and no, he's coming off with another lap. Interesting.
So, yeah, technically the pit window, the optimal pit window will be lap 9, but looks like looks like more than half the field has actually gone for the undercut, which is lap 8, because the undercut tends to be very, very good here in Rio. So, yeah, it's good tactics made by the Division 3 European Cup teams to do the undercut, and A-Stray has just dived into the pits for fresh rubber on his starting his 10th lap in this race. And it looks like someone else behind him, Evadidos, has actually come in for his first pit stop of the race. So I also means he could be doing the overcut on the others. So yeah, interesting strategy called by Iosamis to stay out
Um,
for
I
another
didn't
lap.
I didn't watch the Division One yesterday race yesterday, but I'm being told by Gareth that apparently Hartman won with a one-stop strategy, so maybe it is an valuable option. And looks like Isomus may try to emulate what Hartman did yesterday by doing a one-stop compared to his rivals. It's going to be very interesting to see how that's going to pan out for him. I think, yeah, everyone behind has pit. I'm pretty sure. Uh, Looks like I noticed that both XL Point racing cars have dropped back quite a bit compared to Regional Fluctuate, because they were previously fighting with Regional, but now they find themselves in 4th and 6th place respectively, while Regional Fluctuate is comfortably in 2nd at the moment.
It looks like Iosamis he's done his pit stop for. So yeah, Iosamis, can he make the overcut work a treat for him, or is Regional just gonna charge towards him and take the lead of this race? Is he gonna do it? Iosamis, he's just came out the pits and looks like the overcut has actually worked. But Regional, he's gonna get more speed than Iosamis since he just came out of the pit lane. It looks like,
Oh,
oh,
he hit the
Regional
wall.
was saving that car.
He hit the wall, so he lost a little of time from that. Half a second to be exact.
So it looks like the overcut has worked a treat for Iosamis. So yeah, pretty interesting strategy. So the strategy for Iosamis has actually paid off. So a risk has actually turned into a reward for Iosamis to come in on uh on lap 11 instead of stopping on lap 8.
Yeah, Isoma's pinging around lap 10. That looks like he might be doing, might have done a longer first stint, because picking off 10 laps, it is too early to go for a one stop. So I reckon he's switching to a two stop right now, with a shorter second and third stint. But he still has the advantage on track. He has got the fresher tires compared to his rivals right now, so he should be able to comfortably pull away with the pace he has shown, plus the new tires, and he is on the same strategy as all the cars behind. So still looking very likely the favourite that he's going to win this race. But of course, there's a long way to go. There's still 14 laps to go in this race. Anything can happen. Anything goes. You could mess up. A lot can happen in those 14 laps, and we're just going to have to wait and see how those final laps will unfold.
So yeah, Sensei, he's actually in the podium, so yeah, this will be a good result for him if he's finished on the podium. And looks like Gareth in the chat, he's saying that is an unnecessary overcut for Iosamis, because yeah, eventually he's going to be losing time to the others when they have their second stop ready. But I don't think anyone will be catching Iosamis for now.
But we're watching 16 Rise trying to chase down his teammate. He slightly tapped the wall on the exit right there, which is going to lose some cost him some exit speed. Still trying to catch on, but he's quite far away. Let's have a look further back. Let's watch A-Trade trying to chase down Tailfire for 6th place in this race. So they are going through the middle sector right now, both keeping it on the track.
Yeah, I've actually quite noticed that he's kind of spammed the W button on the right hander, and then the left hander once more is spamming the W button on his keyboard so that he can gain as much speed as he can and go into the second hairpin. Does he make that mistake? Yes, he does make that mistake, but Tailfire, he is targeting but Tailfire, he wants to gain back that position that he lost to 8, so looks like Tail, he's going notably wide at that final corner, but he's gonna have slipstream on 8 on that straight, but then going to the first 2 corners, that's very, very dangerous to go off track because you're gonna lose a lot of time to the car in front. So it is not ideal if you cut the first or second turn. But looks like I also missed. He might be going on a 1-stop. So yeah. So could that be a risk worth a reward, or could that be a risk worth a consequence? We are not sure, but we'll see how this race goes for now. Now Kuan, he's actually catching up to Sensek. So yeah, Sensei losing a little bit of time to regional Veloce right there.
Sorry for the moment of quiet in this race. I'm back. We are watching 16 Rice trying to chase down Leon for 4th place in this race. That we are 18 laps into this race. Some people have made their second stops by now. 16 Rice is Rise getting past Leon for 4th place in this race, getting barely ahead, and now what he has to try to do is pull away from him and try to chase down his teammate, who is not that far off the road. Meanwhile, Sensei Destroyer has unfortunately disconnected from this race, I just noticed. Very unfortunate to see. Meanwhile, with just a handful of laps to go in this race, we see 16 Runs pulling away from Leon. Now it seems like he has a firm grip on that 4th place for now, and perhaps he's going to chase down his teammate for 3rd place in this race.
Looks like someone wants to join the voice. Looks like someone wants to join the commentary box. It looks like it's Gareth. I don't think he's online now, but
No, he isn't.
he says in it. He said it in the chat that he wants to commentate, but I don't think he's. Yeah, looks like he's online. Looks like Gareth is online. He wants to join the commentary box.
Hello, Gareth. Welcome to the commentary box.
Hello, thank you. Right, so from watching the stream, 16, 8, and Sensek pitted, but Sensek has now retired.
I will share my screen for you, so you've got a more live view instead of a delayed one.
Okay.
We are watching 16 Rice, currently in 4th place, trying to chase down his teammate for 3rd place. He has managed to close down that gap a little bit, but they both are keeping up a solid amount of pace, so it's going to take some effort from 16 Rice to close the gap to Kuan up ahead. Then looking further back, let's see if there are any other battles going on around the track. We've got A straight behind Leon. Trying.
Now I'm watching the stream as well. Looks like Zero. He's actually he's watching the stream right now. He's said that unfortunately his game froze and then I think it probably crashed. So yeah, pretty unfortunate situation for Zero. Here this round in Rio. So yeah, let's hope that he can do a better next round. Looks like we have a first lap car, which is Yurka. He's going pretty slowly right there. I think he's slowing down for all the cars on the lead lap to lap Yurka. So
I don't think Iosimus has pitted either,
Leon's
so
in
he
the
must
pits.
be going for the end.
Leon is in the pits right now. Pretty late to make another pit stop. Let's see where he's going to end up out on track. Go into the pit box.
Just behind Mike, I think.
As Yurka has just been lapped by the race leader. Isomus is doing a really good job right now. I think he has only done one stop so far, trying to make the one stop work.
I think he does have the margin if he wants to pit again.
Yeah. I think so too. I think he might be able to stay out and nurse those tires home. I think the gap is large enough for that. He's going to he will have 5 more laps to go after crossing the line. I think he's got enough of a margin to work with. Regional would have to catch up by 5 seconds a lap, which I think is a bit much, even for this track, and even if he's on much newer tires. Oh, never mind, he's pitting.
looks like Iosimus is in.
Might just be going for a fastest lap.
I'm not sure who is the current fastest lap holder in this race. It might be Zero. Anyway, those new tires are going to help him try to set new fastest lap, but what's going to happen now? He's made his pit stop. He has secured. He doesn't have to worry about his tires suddenly dropping off and regional out of nowhere catching up. He is now still pretty comfortably in the lead. 7 seconds is the gap by looking 6 seconds. But Isomus is on newer tires, so he should be able to pull away again from his rival behind.
It looks like he's done a mega stint on that I think 10 lap old tires, I believe. So yeah, it's good of Iosumis to keep his composure and try not to panic with Iosumis seeing the tire wear going up 4% a lap on the front left. So yeah, interesting from Iosumis. So he's put off a very unusual strategy.
Small correction there, going through the hairpin, trying to avoid a corner cut. Good reaction from him though.
So looks like Iosumis, he's catching up to Yurka, who's probably gonna get lapped again. Now I'm rewatching the stream and see who is the fastest lap. So far,
I'm not sure. Let's see if there are any battles on track right now. It doesn't look like. Looks like everyone is pretty spread out right now. 16 Rise has lost a bit of time to his teammate Kuhan. Kuhan has extended his advantage by a second over the last couple of laps.
So yeah, XL Point Racing doing pretty well in 3-4 position. So yeah, it looks like Zero is the fastest lap holder. So as of lap 3, I'm not sure if anyone has actually beaten Zero for the fastest lap throughout the race. I don't think I've seen any purple shown up on the middle of the screen. So it looks like yeah, it looks like a Zero. He's the fastest lap holder, but he won't get the point for fastest lap because he has retired from the race.
Yeah,
so yeah, pretty unfortunate.
That point's going to no one in that case if no one else managed to beat the current fastest lap of the race. Isomus might have a shot on this lap, but he would really have to push hard if he wants to have a shot at it. As he is approaching Yirka once again. Going to lap him in a couple of moments. Let's see. I think he's now on the flying lap, Isomus is. Perhaps he will be able. He is extending his gap to region of Veloce again, but is it going to be? Has he gone quick enough in order to have a shot at saying the fastest lap of the race and getting that extra point for the championship? Let's see as he's going to go towards the line. Is he going to set a new fastest lap? No, he isn't. I think Zero might keep that fastest lap.
Oh, looks like Yosemite, he's had a pretty bad turn. The first turn, he's had a pretty bad corner right there. But he's gonna be... It looks like Yurka. Oh, Yurka goes in... Yeah, it looks like Yurka almost...
Isomus.
Yeah, it looks like Yurka. He wanted to let Yosemite by, but in results, he's
compromised himself quite a bit there.
Yeah. So, it looks like XL Point Racing, they're coming it's most likely that they're coming home with the most points amongst all the teams. Looks like XL Point Racing, they are currently 5th in the Constructors Championship. So yeah, this is gonna be a good race and a good weekend for XL Point Racing here in Brazil. With Martin Aston, both inactive drivers, scoring a big fake 0. With Regional and Tail, with Regional Tail, 2nd and 6th respectively.
I've just been looking at the gaps between Tail and 8 and 16 and Kuhan. They were the only potential battles we were probably going to see, so don't be surprised if finishing order stays the way it is.
Yeah, those guys, Till and 16 respectively, they have a lot of time to make up still. If they want to have a shot, it's probably going to require a mistake from the cars they're trying to chase down ahead of them.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a straightforward battle. Region for Lecce, he has shown good pace over the last couple of laps. Either that or Isome's taking it easy, because he's actually able to maintain the gap to him despite being on all the tires. So impressive display from Region of Lecce right there. With just 2 laps to go in this race.
And then I also missed just opens the gap up again.
Yeah.
Must be listening to the stream.
Yeah, looks like it. The gap's now has now increased to 9 seconds. Looks like the race is pretty much over. I see that Kuhn's about to lap Jirka. Jirka has let Kuhn pass. Then 16 right is not too far behind. He still has an outside chance at taking that podium away from Kuhan, from his teammate. But again, he's got a lot of work to do on it, and it is going to require a mistake, which I don't think is going to happen. In all honesty, Tailfire seems to have dropped off from 8 straight for looking at the battle for 5th place, so I think that battle is settled as we are on the final lap of the race.
So I also mean he's basically dominated this whole race with Zero not retiring on the 6th lap. I think I know, so somewhere around the 6th or 7th lap. It looks like blue flags for Yaka has been shown by the official that's currently running this race. So I also miss he can cruise home to take a dominant win here in Brazil. With regional just 11 seconds behind. We're now 12 seconds behind. So I also miss pushing like a madman just that he can secure the win.
We're now watching
As he goes.
Isomas going through the final couple of cons. He's in sector 3 right now. It's just past the hairpin. We could see for a brief moment Regional Forte on the other side of the street, going the other way.
Now, so I also miss he's got to straight into the final de facto 2 corners. He's got to take the checker flag. He wins the Brazilian Grand Prix here in Rio. And regional, he's just come up short with that undercut not working for him today. It's going to be his 2nd place here in Rio. And then the Kuhan, he's going to be next. He's taking an amazing debut podium here in the Division 3 European Cup. And then 16 Right's going to follow him to the checker flag, scoring a huge amount of points today. So it is a good day for XL Point Racing and his team boss and the team boss of XL Point Racing DSF. He's pretty good about it. And H3, that's a bug in the. Oh, it looks like what's happened to 8? I think 8 had a little bit of a lag right there. And Tailfire finishes 6th. And Leon, he's gonna come from 7th. He's yeah, it looks like Leon's gonna finish 6th, and then Mike Legend and Evadidos are the final 2 finishers for racing for potatoes. And that's the field pretty much done and dusted for the weekend here in Brazil. So yeah, looks like the championship lead is not close to Zero's delight, but it is the top 3 separated by now Reno overtakes Zero in the Drive Championships, and that is the classifications all finished. So So yeah, regional overtakes 0 for second. Now the gap is closed by a huge amount of points. I also miss getting 21 points
He'll overtake
here in
Sensei.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Security.
Heading
Yeah,
into the final
Security's,
couple of rounds, it's going to be pretty close for the championship. Still, yeah, regional Veloce. Not sure what he did in qualifying. Did he get top 2 in qualifying? No, he didn't. So he's just going
No,
to.
he did.
He's only going to get 15 points from that race. That would put him at 82 points. Meanwhile, Zero Denial is going to get 2 points for his pole position, which is going to put him on 80 points. So the top 3 in the standings after this round will be Sukublet at 101 points, then Regional Foloche, who jumps up to second place with a 19-point gap to Sukublet, and then Zero Denial in third place after a very unfortunate disconnect right here for him. He will be on 21 points. He will be 21 points behind Sukublet in the standings.
And not to mention the Division 3 Asian Cup is pretty close with me and Nicholas Hypes. 2 points is the difference. So whoever outscores will get the championship lead. So yeah, it's also so Asian Cup Division 3 is also something to watch for the championship as well. And so yeah, I think that's the weekend pretty much done and dusted here in Brazil.
Yeah, next week is Lodwick. It's a demanding track. It's fun to drive if you enjoy it, but if you don't, you'll be hitting a lot of walls. Expect some mixed up results there.
Exactly. So we will see you back next time for the next round of the FRL Championship. Will be at Lodwijk